Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and today I am crafting with a set that has been on my wish list for a really long time, and the card I'm going to make today is a special one because it's going to go to the person who bought me this stamp set. Blossom, thank you so much for your generosity, and what a complete surprise. She purchased this for me and actually got in touch with Jamie, the owner of Not Too Shabby, and had it included along with my design team package that month. And so I'm so blown away by your generosity, my friend. Thank you so much, Blossom. So the card I'm making is going to be for you. Hopefully you're watching this well after you actually received it. But if you watch it before and you want to be surprised, maybe flip away. So I'm sharing this on Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody who is watching. And this card in particular will be a Galentine's Day card because it is going to Blossom, who is one of my crafty friends here on the internets. And what I thought I would do is a little bit of sort of a monochromatic coloring where I color onto craft paper. Not something I do super often. I've done this definitely once, maybe twice before. And the idea is that I am going for a sepia tone effect. So I have stamped out my images in with a VersaFine Clear Pinecone ink. That's less to do with trying for a no-line color effect, but more just so that I keep everything very much in the browns, and so that everything looks kind of vintagey and sepia tone. I'm gonna actually break that a little bit later, but you'll see why when we get there. And so what I've pulled out to color with are my new to me Stabilo All. I don't know that I'm pronouncing that correctly, but these are color pencils that Delise recommended. I was watching her color on a live stream of hers, and I was asking her what her favorite black and what her favorite white color pencils are, and she actually swatched out the Stabilo Black. I forget which one she compared it to. It was a different brand that she was coloring with at the time, and the difference was remarkable. And you'll see when I apply the black to this card what I mean. And so I was totally sold after I saw that. And it's available on Amazon, so fairly accessible. And I just got the 3-pack, and because I wanted white and black, but it ended up being cheaper per pencil to get white, black, and red. I don't know that I'll use red all that often, but I was primarily interested in the white and the black. So that's what I'm using on this card, but I've also pulled in a dark brown and a mid brown, though my mid brown is I made sure to pick one that's actually darker than the craft color, so that my craft color paper is actually my highlight or my lightest brown. And then for the 2 brown pencils, I'm using Prismacolor. And so I did also use some white just to actually increase the color range, so that, not that I actually wanted bright white, but more just so that I have something even lighter than the craft paper. The craft paper, then 2 shades of brown, and then my black as well. So that's sort of the palette that I'm working with. And for this chalkboard, I've colored it in black, but here, check this out. So I'm gonna apply water, and look how jet black that is. It's remarkable. I mean, this is still wet, so definitely it's gonna look a lot darker right now while it's still wet, and so it'll dry back a little bit. And then I did lift some of the color, and so in some areas it's going to be even lighter, and that way it has the effect or the look of a chalkboard that's been kind of written over and then erased multiple times, because no matter how well you clean a chalkboard, it's never gonna look as jet black as it does the day that you bought it. So I'm gonna let that dry, but I will stamp a sentiment into or onto that chalkboard. And in the stamp set, this is the little cafe stamp set. There's actually two that were designed to stamp into that chalkboard. The first is happiness is a cup of coffee shared with a friend, which I thought was perfect for a Galentine's Day card. And then the second sentiment that will fit there is cafe open. And you can tell that the two were designed for that space because they are skewed to match the angle and the perspective of that chalkboard sign. I also want to mention that my video today is part of just a fun hop of some of my not too shabby crafty friends who share my love and passion for not too shabby. And so we're all sharing Valentine's themed projects, and you'll be able to find all of them in the playlist. There's a link to that playlist in the description box below. So hopefully we'll get together every couple of months just for this really fun random collaboration. And so if you're a fan of the Not Too Shabby Shop, I hope you'll hop along and check out what some of my friends are sharing today. And if you like binge watching us, you can just open that playlist and just watch them all the way through. I think just for the convenience of the playlist, I might just use the same one over and over again, and either I'll just keep adding our collaboration videos to the top of the playlist, or I might remove old ones so that it's easy for you to just watch the new ones. So let me know if you have a preference in the description box below, but I figure that way if you wanted, you could even bookmark the playlist and then just come back to it whenever you want. And so to finish this card, I am using a little bit of Gamsol with these like really tiny, they're not even really brushes because they don't have bristles, but they do come to a nice pointy tip. I actually got them as part of, I think, a Hero Arts kit, one that, the Joanne exclusive Hero Arts kits. And they're really great for stuff like this. I just dip it into a little bit of Gamsol, and because Gamsol is a solvent, what it does is dissolves the wax that's used as a binding agent to hold your color pencil pigments together. And so when you apply Gamsol over your water or your color pencil coloring, it removes that wax and you get just the pigment left over, so the pigments can start to blend and smooth out. And I find that really helpful if you don't like that. Sometimes you have that grainy look of your color pencil and maybe a little bit of the cardstock still showing through, especially with this paper. This craft card is very, very, it's got a lot of grit to it. So there's a lot of texture. It's going to be really hard to burnish all of that out. So Gamsol is a lot easier, and it preserves the texture in your paper too. So if you need to preserve that toothiness to add more layers, Gamsol is fantastic for that. Then I did also add the this sentiment, which is from another stamp and die set. It's actually Trinity stamps. They're inside sentiment for Valentine's Day. And it actually says Happy Galentine's Day, which I thought would be perfect for this card. And that's the perfect finish to my Galentine's Day card. Blossom, this one's for you. Thank you so much for gifting me this fabulous stamp set. I really, really appreciate it. I never expect any of my viewers to send me anything, but I'm always so appreciative anytime you do. So thank you, and I hope you'll if you're watching, I hope you like this card. And for everybody else, thanks for checking out my video today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.